Honorable Men Discord. Ruby Rose wants a man to at least, hopefully, make $5 million. Let's talk about it. So I came across this interview of sort that Ruby Rose, had, where they were asking her some questions about dating and stuff like that, and what she's looking for in a man. And she went on to say, "What I have behind me, hopefully, at least makes like $5 million." And I immediately said, "Let me look up this woman and things about her." First of all, she's 27 years old. Uh, I believe she at one point had her OnlyFans. She made her first debut in a Migos video, and they have her down as a rap artist, like she's a rapper. Men, what can we learn from this? All right, rapper, started off in a Migos video, and the picture to my side is how she looks, I guess, when she's just in her natural state, and that's why I blew it up. I appreciate her. She honestly, when I was looking up her photos, I saw several photos of her in her what seems to be natural state, and I'm not even sure if it's really her natural state, but I'm assuming this is natural compared to the thumbnail photo. Okay, I could appreciate, and let me first give her my respect. I can appreciate the fact that I found several images of her in a natural state, because some women hide behind their natural state. So the fact that she has it out there, at least to me, shows that she's confident with herself, which I could appreciate that. But being that she gave us the photo of her natural self, I'm saying $5 million for what? What exactly? And listen, that's not to say that a beautiful woman, because they're beautiful or they have a nice body, it warrants them $5 million. No, that's not what I'm saying. But just based off of this natural state photo, I'm scratching my head. $5 million, gentlemen. You know, you're gonna go and do what you're gonna do, despite anything I say, despite what any other podcast channel says. The truth of the matter is, especially when you see a female on their social media, or in on platforms speaking like this, just run for the hills. Run for the hills, because why? Why do it to yourself? Now, this same woman, Ruby Rose, by the way, I just had to pull this up. I guess there was, at some point in time, there was speculations on whether or not she was dating Druski, who's like a somewhat of a comedian. He made his name off of doing skits and stuff like that on social media. If I'm mistaken with that, please correct me in the comments. But so there was some speculation on whether or not she was dating Druski, and she, on a separate interview, actually the same interview she spoke on that. So excuse me. So she actually admitted she dated Druski. So I'm gonna play what she said, and then I'm gonna show you Druski for those of you that don't know who Druski is.
Here's the honesty moment.
Oh shit.
You know this.
Yeah, I know.
Okay, me and Drew were really in a relationship, and I said it was PR because he pissed me the fuck off and hurt my feelings. So yeah, but that was really lame of me and embarrassing that I shouldn't have said that. But I was like, I had to stand on it. But it's in the past now, and we're friends and we're cool still. And, and we've known each other for like 10 years, like since high school type shit. So it's like we're always gonna be friends. So I just want to clear it up because he was really bothered by that. Here's the honesty moment.
All right, so she officially made it known that she and Druski were an item. All right. Now, this is Druski. This is Druski, fellas. So the good news is the woman that would like at least, hopefully, $5 million from whoever's dating her. The good news for you fellas is if you look anything like Druski, if you're built anything like Druski, you have a shot. That's one. Two, if you look anything like Druski, or if you're built like Druski, you have a shot, but just make sure you have at least 5 mil in your bank account or at your disposal. Take out a couple loans or something like that, and you may have a shot at jumping in Ruby Rose's DM, and might be able to take her out. All right. So this is a clip from the interview where they asked her about what she would look for in, I guess, a man. So let's get to it.
You're rich.
Like at least as much money as I have. We were literally just having this conversation outside.
What's like the minimum? What's the minimum number like yearly he got to be able to bring in, just so people know?
Like hopefully, I don't know. Like
no, I'm saying.
I don't want to
just
seem
say it.
shallow. Okay.
You got a standard.
Okay. Like hopefully, like at least like 5 million.
A year?
A year.
Yeah.
God damn.
Okay.
It's like, and not to seem shallow, but you know, you guys probably wouldn't date an ugly girl, right? No.
Not to seem shallow. Ruby, I think you accomplished that already. I think you accomplished coming across shallow by saying hopefully like 5 million. Hopefully like 5 million. Hey, I'm not hating it. I mean, for those that got the 5 million, if Ruby Rose is your type, by all means, you know, ask her out. And I wish you the best. I wish you the best. Me, with 5 million, I'm not looking for Ruby. All right. Ruby in your natural state. Ruby in your natural state, I wouldn't necessarily be looking to talk to you. Now, if I saw you how you look in the thumbnail, yeah, I would probably try to talk to you. But see, this is the thing that, for me, it just kills me with some women. All right. We're not even living in an honest world. All right. And I know things have changed throughout the years, especially in 2025. So I know women are going to counter what I'm about to say and say, well, guys do this and now guys do that. Yeah, in this new era. But for the most part, as a man, and I guess I'm just going to speak for myself in this one because I don't know what guys are doing now. I wake up, you know, do all the usual things in the morning, you know, brush my teeth, you know, use mouthwash, all that stuff, yada, yada. My face is soap and water. At most, I'm going to put lotion on my face so that I don't look ashy. All right. That's a black thing, right? I put a little lotion on my face so I don't look ashy, right? But what you see is what you get. All right. When I jump on this camera to do an episode, I brush my hair. I brush my beard. Yeah, I do that because I'm not going to have my hair looking out of whack. Not that there's much hair on my head. You can see the corners is becoming light. But my point is, let me just be clear on this. My point is, for the most part with men, what you see is what you get, right? What you see is what you get. And if you ask me the question, and I'm speaking for myself again, if you ask me the question, I'm going to tell you the truth. So sometimes when I go to the barber, he'll touch up the corners. He'll put the little spray so the corners don't look as light. But I'm up in age. It is what it is. My hairline is disappearing a little bit from the corner. But hey, for the most part, I hung on to my hair as long as I could, and I'm happy with it. But what you see is what you get. This is soap and water, right? And I'm not claiming to be some heartthrob. That's not where I'm going with this. What I'm trying to say is that when certain women, and this doesn't pertain to all women, but when certain women get out there and start saying outlandish things like hopefully makes at least $5 million, it's like, what? Ruby, what do you... Ruby, I want to talk to this Ruby here. What are you talking about, Ruby? And at the quick glance of the Wikipedia, when I saw your first claim to fame was Amigos video, you rap. Now you do have I believe you have a college education. I do believe I saw that, which is great. I applaud that. I applaud that. But you haven't done anything, in my opinion, I'm speaking for myself, in my opinion, to warrant saying that. Now, granted, you could want what you want. All right. That's just the way life is. And we're clearly seeing that people could want what they want and they can go get what they want. Right. I personally feel like you should have held back from saying the $5 million. That's my opinion. Guys, if you agree with me, excuse me, by all means, jump in the comments and 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 support what I'm saying with this. I don't think you needed to jump into saying $5 million. You should say a man that's able to take care of himself and me, you know. But I don't want to put a dollar amount on it because what's most important to me is XYZ. That would show class, all right? Because there's nothing wrong with a woman saying they want to be with a man that's able to take care of himself and her and their potential future family if they should have a family in the future. That is the clean. And for women that come across this video, please, by all means, take notes on that. You know, trust me, it just sounds better. Even if you have a dollar amount in your head, don't go out there on platform social media throwing out dollar amounts, because you sound extremely shallow. And if a man is what you want in the future, a future husband, you know, you have to first date him first. So if a date is what you want, don't put that type of stuff out there. I'm forewarning you. I'm giving you the best advice I can give. Again, one thing that I've learned from starting this channel is that when you say certain things, people get offended, which that's the whole point of Discord. But hear me out on this. Take heed to it. Maybe what I'm saying has some validity to it. So women, again, it's okay. Maybe it's okay to, in your mind, have a dollar amount, but to go onto social media or on podcasts and actually say the dollar amount, you sound super shallow. And again, you're not really being honest with yourself, because what you really want is a good man, and that good man's never going to come your way if you're saying things like hopefully like $5 million. Good luck on that one. All right, good luck, Ruby, on that one. Good luck. Right. And maybe you're gonna maybe Ruby will prove me wrong, but for the rest of the women out there, don't follow Ruby, because trust me, that's a recipe for disaster. If men hear you actually saying a dollar amount on what you're expecting for them to date you or to be in your company, they're gonna run for the border. They are gonna run for the border. All right, trust me, they're gonna run for the border. When I heard that, I said to myself, like, what's this world coming to? Because you know, it's been said plenty of times before, but I'm constantly watching different material on YouTube, and it's been said plenty of times before, and it's the truth. Men, we don't think like that when we're looking for a woman. Obviously, we're attracted to what our eyes see. So if the female is attractive, that's the initial I don't know how to put it, but that's the first thing that intrigues us, and then we speak to the woman, but we're not thinking, oh, she looks amazing, hopefully she has $5 million, or she's amazing, hopefully she has a nice car in the parking lot. We're not shallow in that way. I'm not saying that we don't, there's not instances where we're not shallow, but not in that way. So we first want to know that we're attracted to the woman, that the woman fits what we're looking for physically. And then all the other things are just a bonus. So if she turns out to be funny, if she has a sense of humor, if she's intelligent, it's like, wow, she's smart. I could talk to her about different things. It's not just about, if she's into sports, there's different things that add on that make you valuable to that particular man. But we're not looking at the dollar amount. Now, I get it. We're in two different categories as far as our roles. So I'm not saying, men don't want to be providers and protectors. That's not what I'm saying. So I can understand when women may say, well, aren't men supposed to provide? Okay. I can understand when you say that. But again, for you as a single woman to throw out an actual dollar amount, you're doing yourself a disservice. Trust me when I tell you, you're doing yourself a disservice, and you're going to find that you're making men run away from you rather than stay. And if they stay, they're just staying because they're just there for a good time. They're not there for any serious commitment. And by all means, men or women alike, if you disagree with anything I'm saying, I'll see you in the comments, but I stand on what I'm saying. Don't lead with a dollar amount. You're better off just saying, the man needs to be able to not only be able to take care of himself, but take care of me. And if he's not willing to consider that, then that's not the man I'm looking for. But my man needs to, but to say, especially if you watch this entire video, which I don't have that queued up. If you watch the entire video, she's saying he has to at least make around what she's making. But again, from what I saw, you're a rapper, you make money on OnlyFans, that could go up and down, that could diminish. So again, making it about a dollar amount is just, to me, it's just silly, because your money, especially for someone like Ruby Rose, who's not you're not a inventor, you're not a engineer, you're not a, you don't have a specialty per se to say, oh, the man needs to make around what you're making. It's in my opinion, it's kind of unfair also for the potential men. And then who's to say the men that actually make the kind of money you're making want you? Because they may be looking at you as like, oh, you have money, but you're what, a rapper? You were in a Migos video? You have an OnlyFans? Definitely not. So the things that allowed you to make the money that you speak of are not exactly things that men are applauding. So careful what you say, careful what you put out there on these social media platforms. That's the message that I have, and that's the message that I feel is necessary to put, that for me to tell you, because I just don't think that again, leading with a dollar amount is gonna put you in the space that you want. It's not going to give you the results that you want, I should say. But that's my take on it. Again, anyone that disagrees with me, I'm going to be in the comments, and I'm willing to hash it out with you, but I stand on what I said. But that's all I have for today. As always, I appreciate everyone for tuning in. Like, share, subscribe, and I'll see you on the next episode. Take care.